Hey, friends. Hope you are doing well, and welcome to Earning First. Channel about personal finance and personal wealth. Sounds interesting? Then here you will find a lot of interesting and helpful tips. And in today's video we are going to talk about the most valuable routines of wealthy people. But before we will dig into it, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and stay tuned. So let's start. Shall we? What is the most valuable routine of a high net worth individual? Here is my opinion on this. And for this, you need to have or acquire several skills. High net worth individuals are strong-minded people that simply will not be let put down by adverse situations. They know their strengths and know how to apply them. They are disciplined in a way they can hustle as long as they need to achieve their goals. Back in 2001 I wanted to create and sell t-shirts and hoodies with custom designs and develop a brand. Everybody can feel inspired by Damon John's story. Although back in 2001 he wasn't very famous, Fubu certainly was. So I started executing, making designs, printing t-shirts and hoodies, building stock so I could sell them. Internet was not a big thing in my country at that time and people hardly bought online. Creating an e-commerce website was way too expensive for a single person and basically worthless at the time. After about 10 months I had sold 10 items total and was far from breaking even. One day a good friend of mine asked me how much I wanted for my remaining stock, so I sold it to him for about $500. 1 month later he asked me how much I wanted for the logo and branding rights, which I sold for him for $500. Talking to him, I learned what his strategy was. He was able to do what I wasn't, and that was to show his face and hustle for his objective. He invested $1,000 and wanted to get his money back in 3 months max. He went from store to store, from city to city trying to sell the materials. He found out where they sold best and created a close relationship with the store owners. After 3 months he was ordering $5,000 worth of materials and growing due to orders from the several clients he had acquired and having profits of 20% to 30%. Currently he no longer works in the clothing business, has a higher education and works with several multinational companies in the health industry, but still a salesperson. The clothing business he started in 2002 today is a memory of fun stories and allowed him to take the higher education he wanted. He knows that fun clothing business also allowed him to acquire several skills that you won't learn in any university and that he still applies today, especially when it comes to customer and supplier relationships. So if you want to create success routines, I would advise you to, first, set your goals. Second, define a strategy and create a time frame to achieve them. Third, hustle. Do whatever you need to achieve them. Fourth, do more of what works. After being successful the first time it's easy to know what works and what doesn't. Apply your time and effort doing what works. I am thinking about it this way. Many of these answers say what not to do, which does not really answer the question. A habit I would recommend is setting a single goal and using any technique to remind yourself of that goal daily until it has been satisfied. You can meditate or pray daily on that goal. Next, use passwords that state the goal. Next, post notes of the goal that you will read daily, or even better, rewrite it daily. Next, have someone else remind you, etc. Next, and just as important, take at least a small action toward that goal daily. It could be reading articles, watching videos, fabricating something, telling someone about what you hope to achieve, meeting with someone that has achieved that goal, meeting with someone that wants to achieve that goal, meeting with someone that wants to help you achieve that goal, buying some inexpensive items, books, tools, fabric, apps, etc. that will speed you up towards achieving your goal, planning your financial roadmap toward achieving that goal, or any other big or small action that helps. The important thing is to know what you want and always be taking steps to achieve it daily and without exception. Here is how I see that. I don't dispute that at some point in time hard work, continuing education, etc. are very important on the way to being wealthy. What I have personally found, though, is that luck is the most important one of all. Looking back at my life, I've had a good education, and worked my ass off for many years in the hotel business. At the tender age of 52, I cashed in my life savings and bought my own little hotel. I was lucky enough to find it in Leavenworth, Washington, a major tourist town, and my investment has done unbelievably well. I bought my own hotel basically at the bottom of the market, 2010, very lucky. In 2008, I almost bought a hotel in California. That would have been the top of the market. The sellers want $3.4 million, and I was willing to pay $3.25 million. I had financing lined up and was ready to buy. Had they accepted my offer, I would have likely lost everything in the subsequent economic downturn. Thank goodness for me, they turned down my offer, and I ended up buying the hotel I currently own. Side note, the sellers of the hotel in NoCal ended up selling their inn 1 year later for $2.65 million. Yikes. Lastly, an insatiable curiosity is an absolute must in today's very fast-changing society. When you stop learning, you'll stagnate and wither away economically. Let me add something. Just for starters, I am not a super high net worth guy. Probably I fall in the top 5%, and I'm still going strong at 76, with a very smart and much younger partner now to ease my load. I don't think there is just one routine, but many you need to follow to be successful. You need to work every day at your goals, and this entails waking early, taking care of yourself, and having a disciplined everyday approach to realizing clear goals. In my field, I need to be constantly and relentlessly screening and ranking market securities, constantly revisiting my holdings and my watch lists for a better take on potential risks and rewards. Part of my routine is to constantly ask myself what I may be missing. What have I overlooked? So, I often take breaks and then come back to my work, hopefully with fresh eyes. Saving and investing are also keys. If you are self-made, you probably had to learn to live on less than you earn, so you'd have future funds to build your wealth. Smart investing involves saving. Let's say someone told you to buy Apple Computer or Facebook 8 years ago, would you have had the money to do it? But wait. I can add following. In terms of routines habits, I would say, first, not withdrawing too much, no more than 4% of a portfolio, if they need the money. Second, keep networking. Networking is one of the keys in business. Third, watch their spending habits. There are countless previously wealthy people out there. Fourth, read and learn. Never stop learning. Fifth, know when to outsource and when to do things themselves. Sixth, having good asset allocation. Diversifying reduces risk. Seventh, health. Having healthy routines in the morning and throughout the day, including exercise. Eighth, fixed costs. Being very careful with fixed costs such as rents for the office and huge houses. Ninth, consistently doing 1 to 8 all the time. I would say following 2. Don't let people know you have money. Keep your head down and mind your own business. Don't drive flashy cars or wear expensive clothes. If the subject of money comes up, complain about your utility bills and grocery bill just like everyone else. Because people who have money have a target painted on their backs. Juries don't feel sorry for people with money. Friends won't want to split the dinner bill, they will expect you to pay. People who owe you money won't pay because they feel it's unfair. If you enter into a romantic relationship, you won't know if they like you or the money. If they like the money, then it would only be a matter of time before they figure out how to get the money to ditch you. Employees will feel underpaid if the boss is wealthy. Business associates will want a bigger piece of the pie. The only thing you get by letting people know you have money is fame. Fame is overrated. Fame costs you privacy. I had a fast supercar once. This shouted money, but I did have fun tearing around town at Mach speed. The problem in the end becomes, can you teach your kids to do the same? It is so tempting to be a rock star. Rick stars tend to burn out. That's it for today. Hope it was interesting and helpful. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave your comments down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button. And I will see you soon. Have a good day. Bye.